Adolf Hitler's influence on fascism and totalitarianism is a pivotal aspect of 20th century history, marked by his rise to power and the subsequent establishment of a regime that embodied the core tenets of these ideologies. Fascism, characterized by authoritarian leadership, extreme nationalism, and the suppression of dissent, found a particularly brutal expression in Nazi Germany under Hitler. The roots of Hitler's fascist ideology can be traced back to the political instability that followed World War I, particularly the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed severe reparations on Germany and fostered widespread discontent. This environment allowed Hitler to exploit nationalist sentiments, presenting himself as a savior who could restore Germany's former glory. His admiration for Benito Mussolini's Italian fascism shaped his approach. He sought to create a totalitarian state that rejected liberal democratic principles and promoted a singular national identity. The Nazi Party, which Hitler led from its early days in the 1920s, utilized propaganda and violence as tools for consolidating power. The Beer Hall Putsch of 1923 was an early indication of his ambitions, although it failed to achieve its goals at the time. However, Hitler's subsequent imprisonment allowed him to refine his strategy, leading to a focus on gaining power through electoral means rather than outright rebellion. By 1933, following a series of political maneuvers and the exploitation of events like the Reichstag fire, Hitler secured the chancellorship and quickly moved to dismantle the Weimar Republic's democratic structures. The Enabling Act of March 1933 was crucial in this process. It granted him extraordinary powers to legislate without parliamentary consent, effectively establishing a legal framework for his dictatorship. Once in power, Hitler implemented policies that aligned with fascist principles. He suppressed opposition parties, centralized authority within the Nazi Party, and employed state-sponsored terror through organizations like the SS and Gestapo. The concept of Gleichschaltung, coordination, became central to his regime, as it aimed to align all aspects of German society with Nazi ideology. This included control over education, culture, and even private life, ensuring that dissent was not only discouraged but rendered virtually impossible. The regime's focus on racial purity led to horrific consequences, including the Holocaust, a systematic genocide aimed at Jews and other marginalized groups, demonstrating how fascism under Hitler was intertwined with totalitarian control. Hitler's vision extended beyond Germany. He sought Lebensraum, living space, for the Aryan race through aggressive expansionist policies. This imperialistic ambition not only fueled World War II but also showcased how fascism could manifest in militaristic expansionism alongside domestic oppression. The Nazi regime's totalitarian nature meant that all aspects of life were permeated by state ideology. Citizens were expected to conform to a singular national identity that prioritized loyalty to the Führer over individual rights or freedoms. In conclusion, Adolf Hitler's role in shaping fascism and totalitarianism cannot be overstated. His regime exemplified how these ideologies could lead not only to oppressive governance but also to catastrophic global conflict. The legacy of his rule serves as a stark reminder of the dangers posed by unchecked authoritarianism and extreme nationalism, lessons that remain relevant in contemporary discussions about governance and civil liberties.